Hi, I'm Vahid Razavi with BizCloud. I'm here with Cassie Doyle, Consul General of Canada. Cassie, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. I know this is the grand event for C100. Could you tell us about C100 and specifically the Consul General's role in developing and nurturing Canadian businesses that are looking to come to Silicon Valley?
Yeah, sure, I'd be happy to. Well, the C100 is probably one of our most valuable partners here in the Silicon Valley, and it's a group of Canadian expats who are based here in the Valley. A lot of them very involved in venture capital industry and also technology firms. Very talented group of people. And their mission is to assist Canadian entrepreneurs coming into the Valley. So there's a lot of expat communities here in the Silicon Valley, so this one is focused on Canadians. And we have a program through the Trade Commissioner Service of bringing Canadian startups and entrepreneurs here to the Valley and offering them a number of different programs.
So if I am a Canadian technology company and I'm considering coming to Silicon Valley, what would be the benefits of opening up an office here or engaging with the community here? Seems pretty competitive in terms of number of tech companies already in Silicon Valley.
That's very true. But at the same time, it is probably the leading global market for technology. So we believe that you need to come into Silicon Valley to, in some cases, to benchmark your technology, to test your technology in a world market, to raise funds, because this is the biggest center of venture capital for technology, and just to make the connections with the bigger tech companies, particularly if you're in the B2B space or you're trying to assess, how you're going to advance your own business interests.
And in regards to the Canadian consulate's role in promoting these businesses, you mentioned earlier that there was an accelerator that can actually help Canadian companies that are looking to come down here. What are some of the offerings from the accelerator perspective that's extended to these Canadian businesses?
Yeah, we have a program called the Canadian Technology Accelerator Program, and what we do is we secure space in leading technology accelerators such as Rocket Space in San Francisco and Plug and Play. And we have the opportunity to bring Canadian companies into those accelerators for 3 or 4 months. And while they're here, we have a mentorship program. We have a number of different special programs where they get to be exposed to a whole network of VCs. Again, C100 is one of our key partners. So we work with C100 to have a very rich program while they're here. And we've had some real successes. In the last couple of years, we've seen some of our companies do really well.
Wonderful. Could you share some of that success in regards to companies that have participated on an accelerator or part of the C100 and the kind of success they've had with our audience?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. We've had, one of our real flagship companies that we worked with is Achievers, which is a company that has now based itself, it's in Toronto but has an office in San Francisco, and they do an internal rewards program for a lot of big Fortune 500 companies. So it's a very interesting kind of B2B model they have. Top Hat Monocle is a very successful educational software company out of the Toronto area that has raised capital here and has been expanding both here and back home, which for us is a perfect model, where they're keeping an office in Canada and growing in engineering talent. Canada is very well known for having a very strong engineering base, and so they can raise funds there and raise funds here and have the engineering talent back home.
Great. Cassie, in regards to Silicon Valley companies that are eager to go and set up shop in Canada, either to take advantage of the engineering resources or sell their products and market their products to the Canadian market, anything on the Consul General side in working with these companies that you can highlight?
Yes, absolutely. We have a regular kind of outreach program to companies that are opening and expanding in Canada. Salesforce has been kind of a leading company in acquiring Canadian companies and expanding their presence up in Canada. Just recently, this very last couple of weeks, Facebook has announced they're opening a campus in Vancouver. Twitter is also opening up a brand new office in Vancouver in a couple of locations across Canada, I believe. We've seen expansions of gaming companies like Gree into Vancouver. So we do a lot of work to support and assist companies who want to locate up in Canada. And I think they do it because of the availability of really talented engineers.
And people are really nice in Canada as well.
People are very nice in Canada, exactly, yeah.
Absolutely.
But our whole mission is to create stronger partnerships between the Silicon Valley and Canada. So both them moving up there and supporting Canadian entrepreneurs to get plugged in here in the Valley. And it's kind of a win-win for the Valley and for Canada.
Absolutely. Now, if I'm a startup or I run a company here in Silicon Valley or in Canada, and I want to get in touch with the work that you're doing and the government of Canada is doing in promoting Canadian businesses or Silicon Valley companies that are coming there, what's the best way to reach out to you and to your organization?
Well, you know, if it's a company that hasn't yet had any exposure to the Valley, a really excellent program that C100 runs, and we run it in partnership with C100, is called 48 Hours in the Valley. And on c100.com, on their website, you can apply for that program. Come down here for a couple of days and just get exposed to the ecosystem, make some connections, and understand better the offerings for a longer stay or better, deeper connection. So that, I think, is the really best way to kind of come in initially.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. It's greatly appreciated, and we wish the Canadian businesses much success as they expand their presence in Silicon Valley. It's nice to have them here.
Great. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Same here. Thanks again.
Thank you.